okay if I talk. All right, it seems like the MacBook's doing an okay job picking up. I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of echo, and when the HVAC kicks on, there'll be some noise. So sorry about that. But first attempt at doing the kind of shop cam. Soon, I'm hoping to have my phone or an old phone that I have in one of these boxes set up as a remote camera that can be like right here for closer views. But for now, that'll have to wait for post-production. So the plan. Step one, I've got to clean up my workbench. It's been kind of a busy weekend, and basically any tools that needed to get taken from other parts of the house ended up getting tossed here, so I'm gonna have to clean that up a little bit. But I'm gonna do that pretty quick. The ultimate goal, though, is to take this laptop here and turn it into a family calendar of sorts. We're actually not too far off. Let me see if this thing still has battery power. It does. Excellent. So this is a old, don't worry, I didn't just break it. This is an old laptop that can convert into a tablet. There we go. But two things. One, the processor is just really, really slow for Windows 10. I don't know if this was actually designed for Windows 10. Let me see here. Yeah, it says it was designed for Windows 10, but we all know how good quality control is on designed for Windows computers. So that's problem number one. It's a bit slow, and basically anybody who has tried to use this even for web surfing has gotten really frustrated. Oh, here comes the HVAC. Hopefully that's not too loud. The other problem is that the touchscreen doesn't work. So, yeah, that's a problem. Whoa. Uh-oh. Bigger problem, I'm now getting some monitor issues. Did this just die as I was holding it? Let's see. Ooh, that's not good. We're getting some aberration going on there. Okay, it seems good. So I gotta be gentle with this thing because the touch screen is dead and maybe the monitor itself is going. It's probably just a cable on the inside, but gotta be careful because I would really like for this thing to last, because it's been really useful the last few weeks to have that up there on the screen. I don't like that. That's bad. Watch, I spend all weekend frustrated that I'm not getting to work on this thing. And then when I actually finally get time to work on it, the screen dies. I'm going to try doing a quick reboot, see if that solves it. It wouldn't surprise me, though, if the screen is dead, because, like I said, the touch screen hasn't worked in a long while. All right. Come on. Power off. Just power off. And we'll restart it. I do have it switched over to Linux just because I know how to bash around in Ubuntu well enough to get it working. And hey, look at that. Nothing like the spammers already finding the chat. Let's go ahead and ban you. There we go. We'll just take care of that real quick. let's reboot this thing. Okay. Because the upside of switching it over to Linux is that I can customize everything. The downside is that I'm not sure if that little bit of color aberration we were getting is actually a problem with the hardware or just a driver acting a little weird. There we go. And spammer reported. Okay. So we'll let this thing finish booting. And then we'll find out if I'm actually going to build the frame, because if it turns out that the monitor is dead, then I'll be deferring this project until I have another spare computer laying around. I do have a couple of Raspberry Pis that are currently not purposed for anything, and those would be even better than this. I just don't have as many like random TVs and monitors laying around as I used to. So, go. Yeah, you can get a sense of just how slow this computer is from how long it's taking to boot. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up a little bit while that is moving. And in the way of things, as soon as I say that and step away, it finishes booting. Alright, it should auto-load the calendar though, so we'll wait a minute and give it that. Let's do that. Alright, just trying. It has loaded the calendar. Let's set it to full screen and see if I can put it into tablet mode. Ooh, I don't like that. That's not good. Yeah, it's now giving me some severe errors. Huh. I'm just gonna squeeze it there, see if I knock the cable loose at all. It looks perfectly fine when it's in laptop mode. Try and just delicately move it to tablet. The horizontal tablet seems to be fine. Alright, I'm going to try switching it to vertical tablet. Now I'm getting those lines again. That's weird. Alright, let's get this out of full screen and try just rotating it in software. Screen rotation, display. I feel like this might still be a software issue because as soon as I turn it sideways, it goes bad, even if we're not in tablet mode. Let's see if we can isolate this. I'm going to lock the screen rotation I'm going to turn the laptop sideways and see if... That is weird. Okay, I'm not trying to damage it, just want to... Okay, so this is a software issue, because as soon as I tell it to lock the screen rotation, it's perfectly fine. That's wildly weird. Let me try... I'm going to try attaching a mouse to it. I'm not sure if this will work because it's Linux. Ah, good, it did. All right. So let's try unlocking the screen rotation. All right, I've got that weird effect again. And what if I lock screen rotation while it's like this? Yeah, now it's still giving me that effect. All right, let's go to the screen settings. What if we drop the resolution? Nope. Huh. This is wild because I had it sitting on a stand in the kitchen for 2 weeks and I didn't get any of these effects. But now anytime I've got the screen rotated 90 degrees, I get this. So I turn on fractional scaling. That doesn't seem to have an effect. That is wild. Let me take a look here. What if I flip it the other way? Still gives me that effect, and still from the bottom. Okay, I'm going to carry on because I still think this is a software issue rather than the screen dying. But what I'm just going to do is make sure that the frame works both vertical and horizontal. Because that is so weird. Huh. Let me check for updates while we're here. But I'm just going to make sure that the screen works in both vertical and horizontal. That the frame I make works both vertically and horizontally. That way, if we keep getting this effect, I can go back to horizontal, and in horizontal, I'm still getting it now. That's the orientation I had it in the kitchen. Display. I'm going to check one more thing. Just going to check for updates. It says the updates are all in place. Alright, well, I'm going to carry on as if this is certain to work. And what we'll just do is make sure that I can do the screen vertical and horizontal, either way. And I'm also honestly not going to make this quite as nice as I initially planned, just in case this thing is on its last legs even more than I think. I'm still inclined to think it's a software issue, which worst case scenario, I just put it back to Windows. I just didn't want an old unsecured Windows machine hanging on my wall. Plus, I could set this to automatically launch in some ways that I wanted. But, like I said, I can always reload Windows onto it. So, let's go ahead. We're going to leave it be for now and proceed as if everything is going to be fine. So let's clear off some workspace. And I'm just going to hopefully knock out the whole frame in an hour instead of taking a couple of evenings to make it really nice. All right. Some space there. Ah, yes, all of the tools. Still kind of in the middle of the move, so don't have everything where I want it to be yet. All right, here's the starting point for the work I'm going to do. Step one is I need a frame. I need something to go around this. Get a little bit of higher quality video of the actual work. There we go, that'll do for now. All right, so step one is I need a frame. I need something to go around this that's a little prettier than the than just the old laptop look. And I also need something that I can hang it on. So I'll need some sort of hanging hook right there. And because we're not quite sure if it can do the vertical frame without glitching out, I'm going to want to also have something where I can hang it this way as well. So that's no problem. Like a heavy-duty picture frame would do the job right away. So let's go ahead and just leave it like that for the moment. So we're going to go for a frame around it to hide the glass. We're going to want to have a way to hang it vertically and a way to hang it horizontally. So I have a few pieces of wood I can use. Let's take a look at this. Now I've got some pretty impressive wood there. I don't know that I like that. And we've got this one here, which is far less pretty, but it's also kind of rustic. I gotta take the nails out, obviously. It's also almost exactly the right thickness. That is just so close to perfect. It's annoying how far off it is. Ah, I wish that fit better. Because I could do some nice work if that was a better fit. Let's take a look at this plywood I've got. Oh, that's even narrower. Yeah, the plywood's not going to do the job. Okay. So let's set priorities, especially because I'm trying to kind of fast this. If I can notch this and sandwich it between two of those, that will do the job. I don't have my table saw is the problem. Table saw is still in Virginia. Sure, I've got the chat up just in case anyone who's not spam stops by. There we go. Two layers of that. Actually, really nice. I'm gonna stop the... I wasn't recording on my camera to begin with. Fantastic. Okay. I'm gonna run and grab, I've got a router up in the garage, a table router. I think that table router will do the job. So, let me just plug in my phone. Here it is. I'm gonna just go grab that table router and then I'll actually do my real intro there on the phone since I forgot to hit record. And then I think I can throw this together real quick if I can remember how to use the table router. It's been a while. Okay, I've never actually used a table router, but I've watched it done many times. more thing. I would have been back faster, but I had to have a conversation with the child about not explaining the phrase teabagging to his grandmother. Woohoo for having an almost 13-year-old in the house. All right. that bit's cracked, so we might just leave that as it is. All right. Let me just see if I have this in my head right. This is where if I had a table saw, this would be a lot easier, but I don't have my table saw. And Pap's table saw is still at his workshop. I can do it safely, it would just be easier with a table saw. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and dive into this. Just grab this. Those of you, all 0 of you on the live stream, I'm going to go ahead and just briefly do a little video over here on my phone. All right, so what we've got here is an old tablet computer, and I need to turn it into a display frame for the kitchen. Less about being a photo display and more about being a smart calendar, that we can have the calendar here and maybe some family photos up here, to-do lists, little notes that we want everyone to see. I need to make sure that it has a frame of sorts. I want to be able to have a hanger here so the frame can, I want a hanger up here so the frame can hang vertically. And I've been having a few glitches as I've been live streaming working on this. So just because I'm worried that it might be having some trouble when it's in vertical orientation, maybe like a loose cable inside or something, I also want to make sure that it can hang in horizontal orientation. All right, let's see if it does that weird glitch again. See, it's not doing it now. So it's entirely possible that's a software glitch. But I want to make sure it can hang horizontally as well as vertically. And so that is where we are now. I have got some old wood that I'm going to repurpose to make the frame. Obviously this is kind of rough, but if I can get the frame made quickly tonight and then throw a coat of polyurethane or paint on it, then that'll be exactly where I want to be. The only difficulty I have right now is that I don't have a table saw, and a lot of the work that I would want to do with this would be on a table saw. The other thing is that I don't currently have, let me bring this up. I don't know if I'm in the frame. Woo, that's exciting. Let's put sure this is really exciting for the live stream camera over there. So the other thing that I am struggling with, so the two problems that I have. Problem number one is I don't have a table saw right now. And since I don't have a table saw, there are certain cuts that I can't do safely. Problem number two is that because I'm not 100% sure if I have a software glitch or a hardware problem, I don't want to spend a ton of time on this. I'd like to knock out this whole frame in one evening, at least all of the woodworking, and then I can quickly paint it, get it up on the wall, and if it is doing well and surviving, then yay, we have a frame. And if it's glitching and the computer dies, then that's okay, because I didn't spend more than one evening on it. So let's go ahead and start building it as quick and safe as I can. I might be using a router table for this. I'm still kind of building it in my head. But that's the process. That's the fun of this whole thing, is building something in our head. This isn't New Yankee Workshop going from precise designs. This is damn Yankee Workshop figuring stuff out in my basement. Alright, let's go. This much of a lip though. So that's where I think I might end up using the router table to take this down in a groove. I do not necessarily want it to be this long, but that's something I gotta figure out because I gotta test what I can do with the equipment I have. So let's go ahead and start with one side. Another option is to have it like that. I don't really like that. It's way too deep, obviously. Yeah, that is way too deep like that. Now that said, if I bring it to a little bit narrower, that's a thought. Alright, let's test this router table. I'm going to test the router table and see what I can do with that. So let's get this to a safe spot. I can't get this nail out, so I'm going to just trim off that side. boring bits. Yeah, that's for cutting holes, not for routers. Beautiful. Wrong thing. Alright, maybe I did not grab the router bits. I thought that I had grabbed a set, but entirely possible I did not. Oh, don't fail, don't fail, don't spill. On the plus side, I found the soldering iron and the orbit sander. Those are both going to be useful, or at least the orbit sander will be tonight. Wish that was a little bit finer, rougher grit. I want to just see what this bit does. I'll decide if I'm going to use it or not. that's not going to work. Better safe than impale. We'll try this another time.
What are you into, Hank?
Well, I'm trying to find different tools that I could possibly use to build this frame. And I keep going, I don't have a table saw up here yet.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I've heard you talking about. Maybe doing things. You don't have a table saw.
Yeah, so I've just kind of been fidgeting around with different tools and trying to figure out what I could use. But I might not even be able to do what I want to do unless I'm just doing it with hand tools. And that's going to take a while.
Well, what you might do. Well, you would like for ripping boards or something? Or what?
So that's where I'm kind of thinking.
Oh, you're going to try to work on that thing.
Trying. It might not happen. So let me I'm just grabbing some wood here. Is this the board I cleaned? Yeah. So I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do the frame. Like I can't, it's obviously a little bit too wide there. I don't like that. But then it's too, that's not going to work at all. So I'm just trying to think.
What you have to try to do is rip that down.
Yeah.
Now the only way I could think of what tools you have to maybe rip that would take something. I'll use this for just in case.
Yeah.
Take this, clamp it to here, use your jigsaw. That's a guide.
Mm-hmm.
Use your jigsaw and if you want to rip a board out.
Yeah.
Without a other saw, without a table saw.
I know, not having the table saw is driving me nuts.
That's why I suggested, that's why I kept thinking about, have to try to piece the wood together. That's why I suggested maybe just get corner mold, which would come up both sides, come up here and lap over too, like this.
Yeah.
Cause I was wondering if you just put a piece against this here, what's going to keep it from falling out?
Yeah, that's the difficulty. Yeah, because I could do like a corner piece, but
that's the reason I suggested a corner mold.
Yeah.
Because that would come up and over it.
Yeah, I might just have to wait until I go to Lowe's and get some corner molding.
That's the thing. I've been waiting to try to get to Lowe's. I was going to do the same thing, but it seems like every time I figure, well, I think maybe I can get to Lowe's today. Whatever turn we go into town, something shows up, I don't get to go to Lowe's. Well, I don't want to just make a special trip in there maybe for that. I was going to say something to Nikki about maybe going to Lowe's for me, but I don't know if she knows what we're even talking about, so.
Yeah.
Cause if we use that, we got to find a piece of corner mold that's about an inch or 3/4 of an inch inside.
Yeah.
I know you can find it outside, an inch outside, but you
gotta have that good deep corner for
you got to get this part in here.
Yeah.
An inch. So it might take it, instead of an inch quarter round, it might have to use a 2-inch piece of quarter mill today.
Yeah. I've been fiddling with this for 20 minutes, maybe an hour, and I just keep running up against that. I don't have a table saw thing.
That's the only way I could tell you if you want to try to rip with using that.
Yeah.
Just clamp on and use that as a guide. The same difference.
Yeah. I was hoping to do it without having to buy any new wood, but I might not be able to get away with that.
I don't know how much quarter mold is, or corner mold is. You only take about, what, 4 or 5 feet? I don't
Yeah.
know what that is around there.
That wouldn't take terribly much. Let me grab a tape measure. Can't remember. Yeah, it's 20, 30, 20, about 50 inches. So, yeah.
I don't know what size, whether you can buy it in a 6-foot piece or whether you'd have to buy an 8-foot piece or how it comes even. I haven't bought any corner mold for God knows when, so.
I know, and all I think of is like the super long, like 10 or 12 footers, but I know you can get it shorter than that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can get it. I know down to at least 8 foot, but I think that's why I didn't say nothing to Dick yesterday, because you can't get an 8 foot in the car unless you stick it out the window.
Yeah, well, that's my other thought is with the truck going in for repairs for God knows how long. Like, hopefully it's only going to be a day, but if they find anything, it could be more.
How you going to do that? You going to wait on it or just take 2 vehicles?
I think we're just going to take 2 vehicles because we're going to drop it off early tomorrow morning and then come right back.
You're going all the way into Walkersville.
Yeah. If we leave early enough, maybe I can swing into Lowe's, but
You can take the old truck.
maybe. Because I start at noon tomorrow, so I also don't want to get myself distracted wandering around. Yeah. I might just have to give this one a pause tonight. Because he came down just as I was like, no, I can't use a router. That's not safe. I don't want to hand chisel the whole thing. That's way too much work for what this is.
If you want to try to do that's what I would suggest you do. Just clamp it as a guide and just lay it over the edge. You can do that.
I might take a quick run at that just because I want to see if I can do it without buying anything.
Okay.
But you're totally right that the quarter round would, with the overlap would be.
Yeah, well, no, that would clamp it almost.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to think, well, even if you do that, you said something about putting it against the wall, or Nikki did on which. I said, what's going to keep it against the wall? So I thought if you did that, you can get like them little butterfly things like you use for pictures.
Yeah, the little picture.
Just turn it, turn in behind it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know whether it'd be worth all the work trying to get that whittled down to do that.
That's the frustration. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah. Cause
you have to rip it if you want to. Why does that? I ain't gonna keep it in there if you do that. I like the other one you can put
I was just gonna do corner pieces.
Corner.
I don't have any spare molding laying around. Yeah, I might try ripping one piece just to see how much of a frustration it is, and if that doesn't work, / when it doesn't work, I'll give up and just get the quarter round later this
now
week.
Now you're figuring out how you gonna finish it. Sand it?
Yeah, I figured I'd give it a quick sand and then...
Oh, okay, you're gonna sand the whole board first.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say don't try to sand it. Just that little narrow strip.
Yeah, I was gonna give it a quick sand, then maybe try cutting it down, and then kind of go from there. And if it works, okay, yay. If it doesn't work, then I'll have to wait because it's gonna be a busy week. Because we got the kids' stuff the next couple nights, and then hopefully we're moving you in this weekend. So.
Lowe's a call, see what corner mold costs. See if it's worth the effort.
Yeah. Well, let me see. Oh, I got my phone right here. Grab that.
I ain't trying to influence you. Anything,
No. I appreciate it.
Make it simple.
I 100% appreciate. You've been woodworking a long time, and I like hearing whatever ideas you have. Let me see here. Let me see.
You can find out a whole lot more than them things. I got to go in and talk to them. Either that, I'd have to call them on the phone or something.
Well, it's a trick with this, because on one hand, I could go in and see all of these little things that they've got. But on the other hand, even if we see something that we think is good, see, like these are all just the quarter rounds.
Yeah, know that.
Is it corner molding or just
Corner mold, yes. At least that's what the last time I always got. There it is.
kind of like that?
Yeah. So you can see that's the L round shape. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like there, that's 1 1/8 inches.
Outside.
Yeah, on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it's probably about an inch on, a little under an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. And that's the problem with doing it on here, is we can't actually hold it in our hands. And
Yeah.
what's this? No, that's just a wood stop, I think. Yeah, that doesn't have the cut on it. Looks like it's about $10 for 96 inches, which is twice what I need.
Yeah. That's pretty high for molding.
Yeah. Well, all the wood stuff has gotten really expensive the last year.
Yeah. Well, that's what. These aren't the pieces I asked Nikki to bring, are they?
No, those are still up in the garage.
Yeah, I think they might be thinner than this. Because I think I broke them for one thing, but they weren't very thick.
Yeah.
They were pretty thin, only about like that.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to look at them before you start working on this heavier wood.
Yeah. Let me go grab those real quick, because you need them for this, right?
Huh?
You need those for working on the.
Oh, I don't need anything. I'm just.
Oh, okay. I thought you need. I thought you told Nikki to get them for the dresser you're fixing.
No, I just told different things that you could bring down, so maybe you could put in your shop. You could use.
Oh, okay. I
said that little box of stuff has got a whole bunch of little screws and odds and ends in it.
Yeah, I got that. Right.
I told you,
I got that one.
just bring that down and set it in your shop someplace, kind of little odds and ends.
Yeah, I hope it isn't too messed up, because
No,
it's open on the back and I had to put it kind of catty corner in the box. Is this is the one you meant, right?
Yeah, that's one of them.
All right. Let me go grab that wood real quick, because I left that upstairs because I didn't want to grab it.
See what that is? I think, if I'm thinking right, it might only be about 3/16 or something like that. It's not very thick.
All right. Hopefully I grabbed the right stuff. I'll be right back. It's in
Okay.
the garage.
I'll be over here. I'm going to see how my glue turned out.
these are the boards that you meant.
What did they turn out?
I don't know. She said they were back in the corner of your shop.
Yeah, that's a little lighter than what you're using.
Yeah.
Plus, ain't gonna take half as much sand in this.
That's very true. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try doing it with a rip down, just cause.
Okay. Well, nothing beats a try but a failure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Worst case scenario, I'll break a blade and say, nope, I'm done. Yeah, I think I'll give that a try.
Alright.
Just, we'll try ripping it down, and if the rip down doesn't work, then
Yeah.
we'll just scrap it until I can go to Lowe's.
Well, I'd dress it a little bit first then.
Yeah.
Before we work on it.
Yeah, I'll give it a quick sand. Really appreciate the ideas.
Well, hell, anytime, Nick. I mean, if it's, you think something I might be able to help you with, I get bored to death and I don't have anything to do.
I know the feeling. I think it was used to sand off blue paint last. sides. Do want to square that though. Exactly 1 inch. That ain't straight. Okay. So, unplugged.
Hey, come. You gonna try to do it free-handed?
No, I'm just marking where I want to put the guide board.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. There we go.
Borrowed one of the chisels for a little bit there.
Of course.
I think I got that thing patched up about as much as I can do it, but I don't know about that top.
Yeah. I'll need to use that. It's a little big. A little bit less aggressive there.
straight, is it?
There we go. Yeah, I loved how you had them hung up in the shop. I'm gonna have to find some space to do that. Oh, I see that little one down there.
There's a little one in there somewhere. Gonna do something like that, but not over a piece of pipe or something they out there and just hang them up
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
Right. That looks safe. Just grab another board to safety it. Just have to clamp it down. Let me get one that doesn't have a nail in it.
There you go.
All right. I should be good. Just follow that line.
You got a nail behind it.
No, I took all the nails
Oh,
out.
okay.
I think it'll be good like that. Not gonna hit the wood. I'll have to stop it once or twice to.
Okay, well, put that door clamp,
Yeah.
put clamp on down there.
Yeah, I think we can do that.
So deep enough. Deep enough.
Nope.
Well,
Let me try to.
okay.
One there. One there. Screws out of my way.
There you go.
There we go. That's pretty solid.
I got this other end.
All right. Let me see if I can start from that end. Be a bit safer. Yeah, if I start from that side, then we're going towards the clamp. So I think that'll be a little safer.
Anytime you think, Nick, if I can give you a hand, give me a holler. I'm glad to help any way I can help you. I could bored just sitting there with that television.
I hear you. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try this.
That in?
Yep.
Okay.
It's trying to turn on me. Oh, you know why? I think I was holding.
That turn thing?
Yeah, I was holding the turner. I think we're good now. Yep.
That's going to be the thing. That's trying to rip with something like that.
Yep.
They're
It's
more for cross cut.
still a little hot. Give it a second.
Hot.
Yep.
Oh, that's a fine blade too.
Yeah, let me go to my blade.
It's a little coarser than that. You got no blades, I'll say that.
Yeah. This is a whole bag from Rich's workshop. All right. Let's try here. Just had my shopsmith. Sliding, I think. No, it's solid. I guess my line was just off.
You're following the grain.
Yeah.
That's what's doing.
Yeah, it's bending it.
Yeah. Too late.
Yep, that's not gonna work. All right, well, lessons learned.
So much for a try for that.
Yep.
You don't have any more aggressive blade than that?
That's the most aggressive one I got, unless I go up and grab the circular saw.
No, I'm trying to think.
Oh wait, I got this one. That's a little bit more.
There you go.
Yeah, that's our limit.
Don't have mine here. Trying to think. I'm trying to think where I had my jigsaw. I know I got a coarse blade in there.
Well, yours is in a box up in the garage. We did grab that. Let's Yep.
Hey, got a strip.
Not bad. That'll do the job. All right, let's see how long this is. 38 inches. And I need 30 just for that, so I'm going to need to do a little bit more. Just want to think about it for a second to see if I need to do a full frame all the way around. I think I do, because I need to be able to hang it. Just trying to think if we can save some cutting. We have one there. There. Yeah, I think we got to go all the way.
All the way around.
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to use the other edge for strayer?
I think we can. It's not going to... mark an inch in and see if it works. Oh, it's right there. Ah! Alright, if it's next to it. That's just about right. So I think if instead of having the guide,
free-handed? Oh, you got a pretty steady hand.
yeah, and if I have it right on the edge here, that puts me pretty much where I want to be.
Oh, I see. Using that for a guide.
Yeah, I use just the edge of it for a guide.
Okay.
Let me just get all these.
Sounds like a winner.
I hope I'm not doing anything that's making you go, oh, this guy's just making all sorts of stupid mistakes. My dad and I did a good bit of woodworking over the years, but I didn't really like power tools until I was in my 20s.
Oh.
So we mostly did hand tools. And then he would do the big cuts on the loud stuff.
I was reading that, it's in one of them wooden magazines you might run across it sometimes. You're looking at a guy in, I think I looked around Durango. He used all hand tools, and he made beds, cabinets, and everything.
Oh wow!
Just using hand tools.
It's a lost art. I mean, there's a beauty to it.
He could split a saw mark with that hand saw.
So I figure I'll try it out on that much,
Okay.
and then we'll.
Okay, get that way.
Yeah, we can feed it down a little bit. And I don't need.
That ain't gonna flop on you too much. That's pretty stiff.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And we only need. Let me kind of plan this out real quick. That's 30 inches. We only need 20 inches of it
Oh,
if I do everything right.
oh, you can use that split end, are you?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay. I mean, it's not split end, but it's cutting end. It's bouncing too much on you.
Yeah. Yeah, I was starting to be a little worried about that. Not terrible. What's that? That's 1 foot. I need it. Yeah, if I can get that to 2 foot, we're good. A little bit more. Yep.
I'm surprised that board isn't bouncing like on the wood for you.
Yeah.
Let me get
You can
down
support
there,
this
that
end.
clamp, let me steady it for you.
All right.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
cut it across. All right, not the most beautiful thing in the world, but
You didn't bring one of my planes by chance, did you?
I don't think I grabbed any planes.
That's another thing we got to get us one shop or the other there and pull one of them vices out.
Yeah. Well, or we just grab them both. Just need to remember to bring the screw gun with me next time we go to retrieve stuff.
Bring you what?
The screwdriver there.
Oh.
All right. That's not bad. That's not bad, and we can keep the pretty side on the front.
There you go.
Just have it kind of like that, and then the base, and then the little cross corners. It'll do the job.
Okay.
Do you-
Yeah, you can take, I noticed on it too, the top of this thing's got enough of a crack in here. You just put a drill hole in here and you can just run a wire right around the loop.
Yep.
Just twist it tight underneath there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Make it and hang it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish you brought one of my planes though.
Yeah, I saw the I think it was a two-handed plane.
Oh, that's
I know that's not the right word for it,
no.
but I saw a two-handed one
That's
down
a
in
spoke
Mary's
shave.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah, the planes are sitting back in the back corner there on the shelf.
I did not grab one of them, and yeah, the one I usually keep in my toolbox. It rained when I was driving my toolbox north about a year ago, and by the time I realized that water had gotten in the toolbox, my plane had gotten all rusted out.
Oh.
So, and it was just like a little $5 one, so I didn't bother getting a new.
Well, there's about 3 or 4 of them there.
All right, so I think which side does the power cord go in? The power cord is right there, so I'm gonna leave that up. Oh, don't you go being ugly again. Alright, let me just clear this. Yeah, so I figure I'll go ahead and do a piece there, a piece there. One on the bottom. Now, do you reckon I should put it like that or like that?
Well, you don't have a miter gauge, so you
No.
butt them in there either way.
Okay. I think I'll go that way.
Hand glue it, or you can just put some, I don't know if
I got some
any
little
tacks
tacks.
in there or not.
Yeah, I think I grabbed some tacks.
Okay. Put the glue on it and tack it together.
Yep. Alright. I gotta plug this thing in before it dies. There we go. It's a strange little project, I know. Alright. Where did I put the power cord?
I You keep forgetting I ain't got my stuff here.
I know. Well, and it's got to be even more disorienting because 90% of it is your stuff. It's just.
Oh, man,
it's just
I
not
told you, it's
all
yours.
of it.
I won't be using it other than maybe to help me do something. If
Yeah,
I
I
want to
know.
make something, I know where it's at.
You see your clamp, and I think this one is my saw. But,
Yeah, that's your saw.
But you see your clamp, and it's like, oh, I got my clamps. I must have that. Nope, it's still back in the house. So, all right, this is the waist end, so I'm gonna throw that away. All right, now just go ahead and take some real measurements instead of. All right.
Now, how long is that probe on this thing? You got to make a hole that big for it,
I think I can get away.
or can you just cut a?
I think I can just notch it. That's a good question before we go any further. I think I can just drill a hole that kind of goes around it.
Oh, okay. Just drill a hole one side,
Yeah.
on the end.
That's the big frustration there. But
Oh well, that you got enough inside here to clear that.
you
You only got about a quarter of an inch.
yeah. Well, let me see how thick it is. Yeah, I think we'll be okay with drilling a hole and then just notching out a little space for that thing.
Oh, okay. What I was thinking was just drilling a hole in the side of it
Okay.
to do it.
Okay.
But if you got enough room here,
Yeah. Actually, I need to do it the other way because this is how it's actually going to stand. There we go. So it's going to be more like that.
that's it.
Yeah, so just like kind of making a notch there.
Yeah. Yeah, just put a notch in it.
Yeah, we got enough in the front here that I think it will still be stable.
Well, oh yeah, well, if you do, you bring it this way and cut your notch into the side there. You still have it. You can come in the thickness of it is, like in it on it.
Yeah, I think
or
that.
however.
Okay. Alright, so let me just. Okay. Sorry. I've got this weird hobby that I make little videos of the projects I build.
Oh. Ooh, that ain't me. I hide mine mostly. I don't want a record of it. How lousy I do so.
Well, I figure there's not enough people my age who actually like doing this kind of thing. So if some of my friends see me failing at it and figuring out, okay, well, that didn't work, that didn't work, that didn't work, but oh, hey, it worked in the end. Okay. So it needs to be that big. And then again. So if we do that. Can you hand me that pen right there? Thank you. Okay.
Now, the thing about it, when you up there sometime, if you want, there's a regular big miter box sitting up on top of the shelf there, back in the corner there, and a strong back saw hanging on the side.
I seen that. Yeah. You know what I really like in your shop is there's you got that box hanging up on the wall that you just kind of like slide your saws into and pull down and it locks them. I really like that. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's just a little wedge clamp length. Just string them up and just pull down and just wedges them in there.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea, and I've just never seen one of them. All right, that's 16 1/4. Let me just see if I marked that right. Yep, that'll do.
Yeah, I didn't mention it. I was going to make a little miter box, but I think, well, I got that and I got it off my father-in-law. He just don't. It's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
I've got a
pretty
little.
good size. It ain't like a little tiny one. It holds that, you know, big strong back saw,
Yeah.
but really for cutting.
I got a little plastic miter box that my dad gave me, but I think that's still down at the. I think it's in the garage in Chesapeake.
Well,
Because that's what I was doing, all of that wood, all of that floor laying, and we were using it to help with some of the odd angles on the
Yeah.
floor.
of course, now the chop saw can cut just about anything you want, but that's a pretty coarse saw.
Yeah.
Of course, it cuts fine work too. You can change the blade and put a real fine cut on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, chop saws are beautiful things. All right. All right. Try this. I'll have to clean that up a little. Not quite the same.
That one side. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I hope that's go with the little pieces. There's good side, good piece.
Yeah, the little is the good.
Oh, okay.
That's the one I measured really careful, and this is the one I kind of guesstimated a little bit.
See?
Yep. I was just moving so my elbow would bump into you long before the saw did. There we go, that's better. Alright. This one I gotta figure a little bit different. Pretty side.
That's the rough side.
That's the good side?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Where
a
the
good side.
joiner would come in good too.
Yeah.
If you had them all down here.
I gotta remind myself I'm putting a frame around glass and plastic, so I can't have it too tight. I should have left more of a lip when I built
Yep.
this table.
I was gonna say, I was need to lift the lip here, but
I should have left more here and more over there,
yeah,
but
where you got the clamps on.
that's alright. Worst case, I just throw a new piece of plywood on here that gives me a better lip.
There's 2 sheets of that. I don't know what you call it. I can't never the name of it. I call it flake board.
Yeah.
And the shed down there too. Two
Okay.
4x8 sheets of it.
Oh, wow. We're gonna have to bring the horse trailer down there and just pile everything in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just dressing up a little bit.
Much appreciated. All right, fingers clear.
Yeah, I come on from.
All right.
Don't worry about that.
I like you to keep the ones you got.
I came that close one time. Whew. Out of a table saw. Kicked back, my hand kind of jumped forward there. Yes, broke the skin off it.
I've had one time, I swear I was doing the table saw safe, but when it kicked back, my kick guard didn't grab it, and it kind of twisted as it came off, so it still kind of caught me in the stomach.
Oh my, tell me about that.
That was a...
You probably noticed I don't use the guard on mine. But I've learned that a lot of times. Something I think I had one kick back, and I mean really hit me in the gut.
Yeah, I think it was one of those wider boards,
Yeah.
so even though I had the guard on it and I was standing off to the side, when it came off, this side of it was still there.
I wasn't lucky enough, my dumbest. I was standing right in front of this there. The woman, she kicked that part of it inside boom, right.
Oh.
I learned my lesson there. Stay off the side.
Worst thing I ever had happen with that was a pair of bicycle handlebars. I flipped over and went right in there. That was a bad one. Okay, let's see. Pretty side. Pretty side. Come on, you got this. Oh, that's why, because I've got the USB plug in there. All right. That gives it a frame.
Okay.
It ain't winning any design awards.
You can still take it, when you get done with, take it off and just take the sander and dress it all up a little bit.
That's what I think I want to do is get it clamped and glued, and then tomorrow I'll give it a sand down all the way.
Nick did drive one of them strap clamps, did she?
Yes, we got those in.
Good.
It's in one of the boxes that we
That's
brought.
good for that. You glue it, just wrap that around it, and you can clamp it. Good.
Okay. All right, let me just see. I want to use the thicker one. They're about the same. So maybe find the prettier one. There we go. That one's going on top. This one will go here. And with that, I need to see where the plug fits. How deep is that? Could you hold this?
Well, you want me to hold it at?
Just right in front, like that, kind of balanced on top of the
Oh,
plug.
on that pin, okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of using it as the top of my depth gauge.
Okay. That look fairly level?
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. All right. There we go. It'll work. Probably just screw that out, you think?
Once you can take that, just take one of the big bits.
Yeah, just take it with a
Just
big
bore
screw
it
bit.
out.
And then I'll just use my rasp to clear it
I
out.
wouldn't worry about trying to cut it out with the jigsaw.
Yeah, that's too much of a hassle there. All right, I know that I had. Here we go. There's aren't going to be any massive bits there. Got these bigger ones of yours.
You got some bits over here too. You can roll over for me. I don't think there's anything big enough in here though. You got that metal box?
Which one?
That metal box, the big bits I brought down. They're probably up in the garage too.
Yeah, probably. Let me see here. Is this it?
No, that's a soldering iron.
Yeah, that is the soldering iron.
That's a little triangle metal box about that big. About that
Oh,
big.
yeah, I think that is still up in the garage.
That's got from everything from an inch down.
Yeah, I think that's up in the garage.
Okay. No,
I think this will do though.
one a little bit bigger than that. A little bigger.
Maybe, let's see. Yeah, I think that'll do the job. Because if I do that right down the center, and then just use my rasp to clean around it,
Okay.
I think it'll do.
Hold for it one time.
Okay.
We normally have a bunch of old bits laying in here. I don't think
That might have been a different one. There were a couple of these, and I just grabbed the one that had. I grabbed one that was empty and put a bunch of your screwdrivers in
okay.
it.
Okay, the other one's the one's in the drill, and that's upstairs too. You gotta bring stuff down.
I don't like complaining, but like I tried to tell Barb the other day, it's like I want to work on this, but there's more important stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I know.
And so I don't need to work on this. I just want to, and when we need to do house moving or whatever. There we go. Bring that closer so.
Yeah, working in your own way.
Get some more light and have
it
as little wobble as possible. That'll do almost all of it. I'm so upset about my rasps and files. They got a little rusty. See if that fits. Aha! That's perfect.
There you go.
First thing I've done on this project that I'm not embarrassed by. that fits just right. I'm going to take a tiny bit more off there in case it needs to wiggle that way, but
Need a little.
that's nice. Those are beautiful bits.
You could use one of them.
Yeah. I didn't know if those would work in... Would those be okay to use in this hand drill?
Yeah.
I'll remember that for next time. I actually... So this is where I'm a little embarrassed. I thought those were router bits when I first grabbed them, and then when I looked at the instructions, I went, oh, no, that's...
No, you can use them on there.
Yeah. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that.
Mostly what they use for a lot of this for, if you only got a hole, you know, it has to be spaced just so deep. You can't go all the way through or something.
Yeah.
And you need a square hole. I mean, a flat hole, I'll put it that way at the bottom.
Yeah. The problem I have is I've seen so many of these tools because my dad did some work with them, or did you ever watch on PBS Norm Abram doing This Old House or New Yankee Workshop?
Oh yeah, I used to love to watch this show.
Yeah, I got a feeling that my mother would put it on to calm me down, because I was kind of like Walker when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
And I'd just be all over the place, and she'd be like, all right, we're going to watch Norm Abram now. And I'd just be like, look at those tools.
Well, that's why I always keep telling Mary as far as the television. I said, the shows I get on, I want to get shows where they're doing something, because I can't hardly hear them anyhow. And they go in and say, at least something, if they're building something or doing something, I can go with that.
I got to show you, sometime this week, there's this guy I really like called Adam Savage, that he was a prop builder for movies for years and years and years.
Boy.
And now he has this YouTube channel, and 90% of the time he's just sitting there making something that a friend needs. And he's just like, here's what I'm gonna try and make. And then he's sitting there fighting with his tools and running around and grabbing stuff. It's so relaxing.
To me, that's what I love to watch. Something like where they're doing, so they're making something.
I'll throw on one of his videos sometime tomorrow and see if you like it. If so, he's got hours and hours and hours of stuff. All right. The one trick I need to make sure I don't mess up is where that hole goes. So let me get that. And then I can just... Then I can label it. That has to go there. Keep thinking I messed that up, and then I realize I've got that little pig in there. too bad. It's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but it'll do.
It's beautiful. Once you get that done, then you can just take the palm sander and lean on there and just go over it and
Yeah.
let it whip.
Just trying to think. I need to get a. Maybe I have it here. I'm looking for my pencil. There it is. I didn't want to use ink here on the front.
Oh,
Okay, now I know where everything goes.
there you go. Just don't do like I do. I'll mark something like that and then be forgetting sand mark off.
I gotta go ahead and try to see how that sits together. There we go. A, B, C, D. Just seeing what you got in here.
Help yourself.
There's so many. Ah! No, I don't think I can fit it in like that.
Don't ask me what's in there. I just find the odds and ends. I just throw them in there.
That'll be helpful.
There you go. Of course, you use that for a hanger.
Yeah.
That's why I told her to get that. 'Cause like I say, when I do something, I have little odds and ends. I just throw them in that box.
These little brads will help. Those are pretty. I think that's a little too aggressive. Kind of big.
A little heavy.
Yeah.
I don't think you need that.
Yeah, I think I'll just use these.
Take your little fine drill bit and just drill a little hairbane hole through it. And, boy, you could. Well, I don't know about nailing them. I don't know how hard that would. It looks like
Yeah.
it's pretty.
You think maybe just glue it?
Well, I'd do both. I'd glue it and then.
Would you use screw or a nail, do you think?
Why don't you just glue it?
Glue it to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that smaller? It is. Alright, so that'll be our backup plan if the glue doesn't feel strong, but
Don't need much to hold. Once that glue there, that well, both of them, that tight bond and that Gorilla Glue, it's good glue.
yeah.
You glue it, let her sit overnight. That'll have it.
Alright. Well, I think we're just about to that point. Is this wide enough? No.
Where's one of the strap hinges in here? Thing.
It might be in this one. No, that's stuff from your basement. Maybe it was. Because I had one box that was from your basement and one box that was from upstairs.
No, it was in the. Should be in the box you got today, I think.
Yeah,
The straps.
I put that. Oh, it's right here. Here we go.
There you go.
These ones? Trying to keep it neat and making a mess. Alright. I haven't used one of these for woodworking before. So you just put it around?
Yep, just put it all the way around.
Alright.
You want to glue it first?
Yeah.
There's probably some glue in that. Like the whole.
Yeah, I can feel it. I'm just trying to get approximately the right size.
Yeah, that's a good idea first.
Before I have sticky fingers. Alright, and then you just
ratchet
that. Alright.
You might have to get it out here where you got the ratchet clear. Have something like that. I can hold it for you.
Okay. Oops. Just trying to find the how do I work that? Do you have to pull up that? Okay, pull that up. Thank you.
There you go.
There we go. I couldn't find the lock. Okay, so that's about where we want it.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and put the glue on and then stay steady. Oh, do I need to get that lower?
That'll still pull.
Okay.
Okay. Keep going. I think you got it.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Well, we'll call that good for tonight, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Good.
Now we wait a few hours.
That's the reason I told her to bring in my niece. Figured on waiting on this thing. Now it works easier than trying to get clamps to
Yeah.
want to shift on you.
Yeah, I've used these to tie down loads. I've never used them before for woodworking. That's good.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just going to vacuum that up real quick, and then I guess I'll head upstairs.
Okay. That gets good and dry. You can take the palm sander and go over it and just finish it. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll work
Or
on
you
that a
can-
little bit more later
If
this
you want to
week.
feel a little better, you can drill little pilot holes in and tack it too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how solid it feels.
It should be pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
That's pretty good glue. That's what I used to use all the time.
they always advertise it as being stronger than the wood itself. So, if the wood can hold the computer up, I'm sure that can. Yeah. So then I'll just need kind of the only unfinished question is I'll need something going here and here and here and here. Yeah, we can use those. Yeah, I'll definitely use one right there to hold it up. Actually,
I
right.
only got the two of them.
Yeah, well, there's a few more in there.
Okay. You can use them for your corner pieces to keep it from falling out.
Yeah. I think that'll work.
Matter of fact, if you got enough of them, you could use a couple behind it.
Uh-huh. All else fails, I guess I can always just...
Okay.
I don't really like how that looks, but they could always
You could,
glue that down and then paint the whole thing.
oh, you could do that. Don't take much to keep it.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
Yeah, well, I'll poke through there and see if we got anything else. Well, thank you so much. That was a lot of help.
Man, I can help you. I say, anytime you're coming down to work on something, I'll go down and watch you anyhow.
Well, we got a nice chair there if you don't want to have to stand up the whole
Like
time.
the old saying goes, two heads are better than one, even if one is a blockhead. Okay. I guess you would call it a hole then.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum and put a couple of tools away, and then I'll be right up. Thank you a lot.
I had to think of this a little bit.
It's looking a lot better. All right. Well, that's enough for tonight. Hopefully, this project actually finishes up. I think it's going to be nice. All right. Time to wrap up.